Okay, we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to Junior Pro Talk, Season 2, Episode 2. Everyone's here. Me, Emily, and Roy Boy.
Hey
Emily's
guys.
back. Emily, yeah, that's Roy. Emily's back from college.
Mm-hmm.
We moved her back home today. So that was a fun fact of the day for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so on the agenda list, we had a pretty productive week 2 weeks ago down in Florida at a shoot called the Gator Cup. And the Gator Cup was a little bit more than the Gator Cup this year because it was world trials. And it was the only world trials for the youth world trials. And it was the first stage for the adult or senior world trials. So we shot, what did we shoot? Go through the motions. What happened?
They had it a little different this year. Typically they have like an official practice day. And this time we showed up and official practice was like all morning until noon kind of thing. And then for the juniors who were trying out for the team, shot their first 72 arrow qualification in the afternoon. And then, was that the day of team rounds also? No. Okay. And then the next day we were on the field at 7 in the morning, shot the second half of qualifications, and then the beginning of elimination rounds. And for juniors, which is all of us, correct?
Yeah, Roy's junior.
Yeah. And so they add us in with the seniors. So we got to shoot against everyone except for the cadets. So that was super cool. They did the first 2 matches, correct?
Yeah, they shot the 30s or the
64s.
64s and the 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, then they had team rounds, which you both participated in, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the next day, which was Sunday, was supposed to be the finishing up of the elimination rounds, but that day the weather was so bad we got delayed like 2.5 hours, I think.
Right. Yeah.
But we ended up finishing, but it just took forever to get it going. And then finally on Monday was the trials portion. So in the morning.
How do you make the trials portion?
So to make the trials, you have to place top 8 in the qualifications. So, for example, the 144 qualification round that the juniors shot, you had to make top 8. And if there was a tie for 8th place, you had to go to a 1-arrow shoot-off, and whoever won that got to be the 8th spot.
Right.
So,
and the top 8 were top 8 cadet compound, top 8 cadet recurve, top 8 junior, yeah, and same for senior.
So every division.
Right.
If you wanted to, and you made top 8, you were able to move on to Monday.
Right.
And Monday is structured. Roy, do you want to explain that?
Monday was the
round robin. Yeah, how does a round robin work?
So a round robin works is everyone in the top 8 is paired against everyone. You shoot against one person at a time, and you guys just rotate until you've shot against all other 7 people.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who basically wins the most is the winner, and then second and third. But in this case, we had the bonus arrows or whatever. So
yeah. So they tie in. Roy made a good point. The more matches you win, the better chance you have of making the team. But they have a couple different, I guess, factors that are put into making the team. So when you shoot the qualification round, if you say shoot over a certain score, you get bonus points over everyone else. And on top of that, you rank, so say if I ranked first, I think they get 8 points.
I believe so, yeah.
And then from there, it goes down from half a point. So 8, 7.5, 7, 6.5, 6. I had to think, sorry.
Yeah.
So you get those points, and I don't know if that's completely correct, but once you have those points and move into round robins, every time you win a match, you get a point. And then at the end of every match, I think they re-rank you with arrow average, and then you get points based on that. So there's a ton of things going on. And so, I mean, if you think about it, if you don't win any of your matches, but you have the highest score on the field besides the person you shot against, you can
still have
be
a chance
up
of making
there.
the team.
Yeah. So there's ways around it, but it's always
good because it's very forgiving. The round robin system is probably the best way to pick the team, because if you have a messed up arrow or a screwed up shot or whatever and you shoot a 7, that's not going to kill you. If that was eliminations, you'd probably get knocked out that match if you shot a 7. But since this is a round robin and you shoot against everyone and you have arrow average, points from qualification, and points from winning that match, you have so many different point systems in your favor that if you have a mess up, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, like Roy was saying that you shoot against every single person. It's a little different between compound and recurve. So compounds, it's like cumulative. So you shoot 3 arrow ends and you shoot 5 ends. So it's out of 150 points. So whoever has the highest like amount wins the match. But with recurves, they use set points. So they have, I don't know how many ends total, but you have to have 6 set points to win the match. So for example, if I shoot against Chris and I shoot a 28 and he shoots a 29, he gets 2 points and I get 0. And so we shoot the next one and say I win, so I get 2 and he gets 0. Okay, now we're tied.
2-2.
So.
But what happens if we both shoot 28?
Oh shoot! Yeah, if we both. Sorry, thought I screwed up. So if we both shoot 28, so we both get a 1.
Right.
So there's a potential where someone may end up with 5 set points. But because they may have more, they have to wait till they have 6.
Right.
So that could either be finished in 3 ends, or you'd have to go further than that. So
there's a potential
different.
of having, like, being tied up 4-4.
Yep.
Tying 5-on-5, tying again 6-6, and then tying again 7-7, and then you do 1 arrow shoot off. So there's a possibility that you can have 7 set points.
I've never heard of that before, but
yeah, that's why they do the arrow shoot offs.
But then even with like the cumulatives, if you tie, you have to do 1 arrow shoot off. Didn't you and Roy?
Yeah, me and Roy had to do one.
Yeah.
It was our last one. After all day of shooting, we had to do our last match.
Yeah.
We both shot 9s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that shot felt so good too. I was like, yeah.
My shot felt really good too. I'm wondering if like the wind switched or something and we didn't realize it.
Did you both?
Yeah,
we both shot 9s. Mine was like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch closer, but they were like both in the same spot.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the wind like died or something.
Yeah.
Because that was a good shot.
Okay.
But yeah, that was cool.
So
at the end of the day, I'm just going to run through everyone that is going to be competing in the Youth World Championships in Yankton, South Dakota. For junior men, we have Stephen Manful, which shot absolutely phenomenal during qualifications and the rest of the weekend. Then we have me, Chris B., and then David Hauser. For junior women, we have Paige Pierce, which congrats to her winning the Reading shoot this past weekend. That was pretty cool.
3rd time she's won it. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's a beast when it comes to those elevation 3D and everything like that. So that's really cool. Then we have Emily Fisher and Danielle Reynolds. Cadet men, we got Daniel O'Connor, which shot awesome. Cole Federal, which actually had to shoot for 3rd place for the team against Ethan King. He shot a 146, and Ethan shot a 144.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something interesting. If you tie for 3rd to make a team, I actually had to do this the first time I tried out for a team. You have to shoot a whole nother match against that person. Like they don't do like a coin flip or a 1 arrow shoot off. You have to shoot a whole nother match.
Right.
I remember
you had to do that for Poland in Sacramento, California for the Poland trip.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
6.
I don't know, something like that. Anyways, and then we have Dan Johnson. He was actually in the 2nd place spot. Dan Johnson for cadet men. And then cadet women, we have Dahlia Crook, Cassidy Cox, and Brianna Theodore. So that's the lineup for the Youth World Trials. A lot of good shooters on here. A lot of experienced shooters. I know on my team, Steven and David, they're really good shooters. Indoor, 3D, everything. And same with junior women, Paige, Emily, Danielle. That's like ridiculous.
Paige was saying that she made like this is her fifth junior or 5th youth world team. I think it's like a record. Like no one's ever made that many. And then Emily's made like 4.
Emily Fisher has made a lot of world field teams. Like she
Mhm.
went to Croatia for the FIDA field where half of it's marked and half of it's unmarked. So she's really good. And then Danielle she went to
All
China 2 years ago with the youth world team for outdoor.
Mhm.
And then Daniel O'Connor, really good shooter. Cole Federal, actually, it's in his hometown. He's going to be like driving 20 minutes. I don't even know if he's going to stay at a hotel or stay at his house when he shoots at that tournament. I have no idea. Did he say anything about that, Roy? Is he going to stay at?
When we shot at Yankton for the classic, he just drove from his house. So
Right. He'll probably stay at his house for that tournament.
That's hilarious.
So lucky. And then Dahlia has some experience under her belt, especially this past year. In Vegas, she shot at the World Cup stage. She did really good.
World Cup final. So she went to like Nîmes and Bangkok and like.
Right. So especially
else.
this past year, she's had a lot of international experience. So we should get some good results out of her in South Dakota. And Cassidy has been tearing it up also. Indoor season, she did really good. And Brianna Theodore, I don't know a whole bunch about her, but she's good enough to make the team. So I'm expecting she'll be doing good too. So yeah. Right now, what's going on right now, Roy?
right now
We're in China.
in China, the World Cup event. Yeah, that's happening.
Is this the first stage?
Mhm.
First stage? Outdoor World Cup?
Yeah.
From the U.S. of A., Braden Galantine shot incredibly with a 7.13. He shot a 3.54 and a 3.59, which is insane. He almost cleaned his second. Yeah, but he came in first place for qualification behind Steven Hansen, which I believe will be in South Dakota if I'm correct, because he's still a junior.
Yeah.
He's insane. He shoots for PSE over in Denmark, and he's really good. He's really good on a social media platform, shooting platform, all around, really good archer.
I've talked to him too. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah. Bridger Deaton speaks very highly of him. I never talked to him in person, but he's really good. And in fifth place, Rio Wild for qualifications in Rio today, right?
Must have been.
Shot the new world record, 150 points in eliminations.
12 X's.
12 X's. I think the old one was 11. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was 11. Steve Anderson in ninth place for qualifications with a 704, 352, 352. Very consistent for the big cat. And then Bridger Deaton in 35th, 346, 346, consistent. There must have been something going on because he was shooting really good in Gator Cup, so he must have just had a little blip. But 346 with a 346, 692 total, that's still really good shooting. It's really tough at these World Cups. I mean, they broke 700 points all the way down to 22nd place.
That's insane.
So, that's pretty crazy. But for elimination rounds, everyone out of U.S. is out of it. They shot the semis. I don't know if they just shot it and the finals aren't updated or if they're shooting the finals tomorrow. But Mario from, I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm not going to try, from Mexico is still in it. Dominique from France, Sebastian Pinot from France, and Mike Schlossner from the Netherlands is still in it. And it looks like, I don't know who won that, but we got a 144, 143, 147, and 148. So they'll shoot the finals probably tomorrow, if I had to guess. So you can find.
How did the women do?
The women. I can find that. Hold on. But if you want to check all that stuff out, it will be on World Archery's website and World Archery on YouTube. You can look at all of the YouTube stuff. They do some really awesome coverage. So
yeah, the World Cups are run really cool. They have awesome venues, and it's just set up really clean. If you go back, and I know I watch videos all the time, but they have almost like a runway where you shoot down for all the eliminations and everything. So that's really cool.
All right, so I have the women's up right now, and it looks like
Crystal made it pretty far.
USA, Crystal Galvin got out in the quarters against, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, but 144 to 139. And I don't see anyone else from US of A.
The other woman.
But in the final gold medal match, we have Linda Ochoa,
Woo!
recently married to Steve Anderson, Big Cat. So that's really cool. Against Sarah Lopez, who was your winner of the World Cup circuit last year in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be a fun match.
All right.
So we got that going on right now, which is really awesome. First stage of World Cup. World Cup is always something exciting to watch the viewers at home, online and such. So that's really cool. And then we have the world team. Second trials in SoCal for the adults coming up. When is SoCal?
June 20-something.
June 20.
Through the 20th.
Roy, are you going to SoCal?
Yes, I am.
You are. Okay.
SoCal bound.
I'm not going to. Emily's going to. I got a bass
You're
fishing.
not going to SoCal?
No. I was signed up, but right now for USAT, I'm looking decent. So I'm going to risk it and just shoot Ohio.
Okay.
I'm not going to Ohio.
Yeah, it's not Ohio. I'm thinking Nationals is still in Ohio. It's in Alabama. But just shoot Nationals.
It's so sad. It's been there so long.
4 years? He's there 4 years, Hamilton, Ohio. But, yeah.
So I wanted to talk about a tip for the week.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to try to do a tip of the week every week so our viewers can get something out of watching us other than just updates. So, Emily, what's the Junior Pro Talk tip of the week?
Okay. Backstory.
Related to this past tournament because
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
I'm going to. So, as you know, I'm at Michigan State. Not currently. I'm on summer break. But I attend Michigan State University. And with school, which everyone can pretty much relate to our age, and then work and shooting, it's like there's a lot going on. And unfortunately, I don't have time to have like 100 arrow days or 200 arrow days like every week or like every couple days. So it makes practicing kind of hard. So when I showed up to this tournament, I was like on fire, like was doing super good for me. And then as the tournament went on, I kind of went downhill, and it wasn't really like my mindset or anything. And I realized like it was me literally not being in shape to shoot so many arrows, because this past tournament I tried out for the senior team and the junior team. So I literally scored 225 arrows on Monday. And I think the last time I had a 200 arrow day was probably freshman year in high school. So I think not only did it freak me out, but like my body just like, I mean, couldn't feel my knees, couldn't feel my elbows. Like I was just kind of like going through the motions after a while. But it made me realize that when I tried out for the indoor team, when I went to France, it was my senior year, so last year. And like every day after school, even if I didn't go and practice and shoot, I was like working out. And I wasn't working out to like
Build muscle.
Big or anything, but like to be or to have enough endurance to like pick up my bow and shoot 100 arrows, and like, wow, this is so easy. My bow's so light. And that's a huge thing that I did not hold on to because of time management this past year. So a huge tip would be to working out your arms, your back muscles. And I hear running is great because it just like keeps your body in tune and everything. So that is something that I will definitely be doing, because when you go to these outdoor tournaments, the sun wears you out. Sometimes the weather conditions are so crappy. I mean, in Florida, it was like thunderstorming, and you're going to have wind wherever you go. I mean, when we were in Florida, I was like on the target, off the target. Like my arm was just not that dramatic, but like whipping around, and it wore me out so fast. And just like thinking, if I not only prepared myself in shooting more arrows, but was also like working out a little bit more. I know guys are like, it's kind of a little easier because they kind of just naturally have more muscle.
I know Colby is really big into working out, getting in shape, and doing that. I know Roy, you play sports.
Yeah.
So you're pretty toned anyways, and I work out when
rehabilitation on the knee, so
that's right. Yeah, that's right. But I run. I try to run, especially before tournaments, like 2 weeks before, I'll try to get in shape. Lay off the Twinkies.
Yeah. So that's the tip of the week, to like not only watch how often you practice and how well you practice, but like keeping your body in shape. So when you go to a tournament, you're able to like handle stress and shooting a ton of arrows and weather and everything.
But a lot of people like don't realize archery is a sport. Sometimes it's good to treat it like a sport.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like football practice, you have every single day. Like you do workouts, you do sprints, you do everything. You know, sometimes it's good to treat archery like that.
Yeah.
Work out, shoot, be on a schedule. So.
My dad explained real athletes practice, and some athletes have to wake up early in the morning to practice. So
yeah, so
it's a wake up call.
A lot of people just think of archery as just shooting a bow, but it's a little bit more than just shooting a bow. You know, it's actually being involved.
Roy, do that again, Roy. That's funny.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's it.
Guys,
what was that?
Wait, I have something to share.
Okay, share.
Coming soon is the Junior Pro T-shirts.
So exciting! That's Easton.
They will be rolling off the press soon. Yes.
Good. I want one.
For sale.
Mm-hmm.
And with every T-shirt purchase, Emily will give you a free hug. So that's why you should buy one.
Thank you for broadcasting that. Hand hug.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super exciting though. We'll get those. I'll wear one. I hope you wear one.
I will wear one.
I hope you wear one.
And I will personally sell you one. Support your Junior Pro Talk. Okay, good, Roy. I'm happy they're coming.
Yeah.
Good news.
All right, guys.
All right, well, that's it for this week. Make sure to tune in next week. We're going to try to do these every week. We'll get on a schedule because it's summertime and we got free time. All right, well, we'll let you know when our schedule is and when we're going to do one. So peace out. Peace out, Girl Scouts.